Okay, so good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our series of video podcasts with some of great tech entrepreneurs who are kind of launching up. So today I have Ally and Morgan with me. So in their kind of launching up their new mobile app coming few months. So let's kind of hear from them. So Ally and Morgan, thanks for being with us today. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background and your app a little bit.
Sure. Yeah, I can start. First of all, thanks, Paul, for having us. So Morgan and I are starting our fitness app. It's called Gymni Fitness. So I am CEO and co-founder with my sister Morgan,
Wow.
and yeah, we're pretty excited to have this app and start this business. Our both of our fitness journeys, and I'll let Morgan speak for herself, but both of our fitness journeys came from a background in playing sports all throughout childhood, and then both of us played D1 lacrosse in college.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's really where my fitness journey started, and kind of like my love and passion for fitness and introduction into the health and wellness space came into being. And so kind of from there, from college, I just more so it was a passion of mine to be involved in health and fitness and keep up to date with the latest trends in the industry. And I kind of took a path of the corporate world. So I started off at Amazon right after college and dove into like product development in the product world, product space. And I currently, from Amazon, I went to Chewy, where I also worked in product development and the launch of products. And so the Gemini app is really special because it lets me marry those two things together, my love and passion for fitness, and my kind of corporate background in the product development space. And so
Perfect. So
that's
kind of
how
getting the
we ended up
passion and the
here.
professional into the same thing.
Yes,
Super.
we love to see it.
Awesome. Okay. So Morgan, go ahead and brief us a little bit about your experience and your journey towards sports and how are you kind of contributing with your sister here?
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having us, Paul. Allie and I are sisters, but we do have different experiences once we left home for college. So I played lacrosse in college. I went to the University of Vermont. And so I just have always loved, played every sport under the sun, just always loved being active and getting my hands on whatever I can. But I also started throughout college coaching lacrosse. I love just going back home and training people and coaching people that way. And so I studied exercise science in school. And with that,
Wow.
I graduated with that degree and a behavioral change health studies minor. So I've always just loved like fitness and health and helping others. So I graduated, got my personal training certification, and kind of jumped right into working at gyms, working with clients, working with people, coaching programs, coaching lacrosse, in any way that I could. So I'm more the
Awesome.
hands-on experience, the working with people, getting feedback, and Allie's our
Yeah.
business developer.
Awesome. So I mean, all the apps and the influencers that you see out there, this app is being backed by someone who has kind of been to the sports journey through their lives. Both the sisters, one has, a lot of sports background, exercise, behaviors, and studies behind it as well, and then a lot of passion for sports. So I think this is gonna be a great app. So tell me a little bit. I mean, what's the vision with the app? What does the app do? Tell our audience, I mean, what should they expect from the app?
Morgan, do you want to start?
I'll start. Gemini, I mean, came to Allie and I. We're both working out during COVID. There's like, whatever equipment you have available. We're crazy workout people. So we were like, how are we gonna work out? And I just remember us having like 6 different cell phones and iPads and computers all open, trying to like, we're on YouTube, and then we're on Spotify, and then we're on this and we're on that. And from like both of our experience, we're like, there's a better way. There's just no way that this is like all that we can do with all the technology that's available. So really,
Yeah.
on my end, it's like a personal trainer's dream. I'm like, what would I want my clients to be using? And so I started, we started making up drawings together of like, what's not working for us, or what is working. And we just kind of took our
So
challenges.
this journey kind of started back in the COVID days when everyone was trying in-house, not able to go out, and you still
Yeah.
wanted to be the fitness, everything out.
Yes. Right
Exactly.
in the middle of COVID, we started the challenges we were having, and we're like, we're gonna find a better way.
Awesome. So so many people out there were very tensed back then. They did not know what to do. They were fear. And then here are two sisters that, found a problem and started working on the solution. And here we are, where something great is coming up. Wow, what a journey.
Yeah, exactly. I think that that's kind of where the idea for the app kind of started, and then like kind of snowballed from there of like Morgan and I, obviously we just went through our background. We're very into health and fitness, and we know how to work out. And what we realized during COVID was when people don't have access to a personal trainer or a gym, they don't really know how to work out. And
Correct.
we can provide that for them. And we love providing that to people. We love seeing people's like eyes light up when they realize that like I actually don't need any equipment to get a really, really great workout from my garage if I wanted to.
Wow. So anyone working garage, home, travel, resort, on the beach, on the fly, anywhere amidst your work, life, leisure, anything, follow the app and you know what schedule to do, even if you don't have any equipment, any weights, just follow in these influencers. I'll not even call you.
Exactly.
You're actually, doing so much fun. Influencers are, kind of getting a lot of likes and shares, but then, the core stuff is missing. And I think you are kind of backed by science, which is obviously very good. So, to all our audience there, give us a 1 minute pitch of what the app is. And, imagine this is your stage to all the people in the world out there. Tell us what the app is, how it helps, and who is it for? Maybe less than, let's say, in 60 seconds.
So, yeah, I can start. So the Gemini Fitness app is meant to exactly what we just talked about. It's meant to be your personal trainer in your pocket. Wherever you're going, whether that is actually at a gym, and you have the luxury of going in person to a gym, or you're on vacation, or you don't have access to any equipment, this app is everything that you want in one place, from how to perform certain exercises, to a social feed where you can interact with other users that love fitness just as much as you do, to follow along videos, as well as weight tracking and like a strength tracking platform. So it's really everything that you want out of the best of all of these different fitness apps. Everything is in one
Mm,
place for you to have your best fitness journey.
awesome. So you're an individual, you go to gym, you are a gym which wants people to track. This app can actually help you on all the scales of it. So tell me and talk to me a little bit and our audience, some of the key features of this application. What should users expect once they get on the app?
Yeah, our app really came from both Allie and I loving to work out, but also having the experience training people. I'm like, I need
Mm,
both here. I need someone kind of telling me like, no, 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 like you're not doing it
you
right.
need to do it correct. Yeah.
Correct. Like I don't want to, hurt anyone or injure anyone. So I knew the importance of having a trainer guiding you without like telling you exactly what to do. So
Right.
favorite features come from, we have our follow along videos where Allie and I are working out with you, explaining the whole, they range from 10 minutes up to like an hour of us doing the whole workout with you. So you can always follow along. If you don't like listening to us for an hour, I understand. No hard feelings. We have what's called a description mode. so you can see the entire outline of exactly what to expect throughout the workout, which
Right.
I don't want any surprises here. Like, it's all written for you, rep count, rest periods. And then within that, you have like a tutorial. So that is me as a trainer coaching Ally. She's my little dummy
I'm her
in the
puppet.
video.
You're the puppet.
Yeah.
But I'm really walking through in like 30 seconds to a minute, a really quick overview of each exercise. So you're like, I have no idea what a squat is. No problem. It's right in the app. You can click it and have a trainer explain it to you.
Mm. And then people can kind of log the reps, the weights, the counts, and anything and everything they want. So
Yeah,
not
those are
only
the
you know
fun
what to
features.
do, but you can track it down as well.
Those
Yeah,
are the
exactly.
fun features. You can, within
Awesome.
the description mode, you can log all of your weights, all of your reps. They'll save right to your account, right to your calendar. So you can always go back and see your history. So when you're thinking workout progression, you always want to be trying to increase your weights. You have all your history
Yes.
right
Increase the
there.
reps and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, as someone that has a really bad memory, that feature is amazing.
Okay, so that's this app is for me. Okay, okay, many out there
Yeah.
like me. Okay, super. So I mean, I see a lot of people gymming with big headsets. They want to probably listen to some music, some specific genre, while they're doing. But then you can still, keep the app on your phone. Probably just play, know what to do, see a quick match, while you're resting, and then you know what to do the next. So even if you don't want to see them all together, I mean, they look beautiful in the video, but still, if you don't want to see them, you still kind of see it, take the notes and then follow it, and then probably see them back in the next rep or the next break that you're having among the reps, correct?
Yep, exactly. That's the idea. We actually also have a feature that connects your Spotify account. So you
Wow.
can listen to music and mute us if you don't want to listen to us, or vice
Wow,
versa.
that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
No
Okay.
hard
it is.
feelings.
Okay.
Won't take offense.
I don't like listening to
Awesome.
myself either. So.
Okay, awesome. So what's your vision with this app, starting up, and then where do you see this app coming along, in the coming months and years?
Yeah, I can take this one. So I think the concept right now, the app is available in the iOS store and Google Play Store. But right now it is primarily just focused on truly workouts and fitness. And so what Morgan and I think what makes us a little bit unique is that we are really focused on making our users. So, Paul, if you're using the app, we really want you to be well rounded in the wellness space. And that doesn't just mean the 30 minutes that you're working out with Morgan kicking your butt. It means that we want you to also focus on your nutrition, focus
Mm.
on your meditation, your recovery, ice baths, and cold plunge and sauna. And so, where we see this going in the future is incorporating some of those other elements of the health
Mm.
and wellness space
Yes.
into fitness so that you can be this well-rounded human being and it's not just solely workout focused.
Awesome. So probably I can get the recipe of the health drink that Morgan is, sipping in while we are talking in.
Yes.
Superb. Okay. So was there any defining moment that made you take the leap on this project? You were thinking and, let's do it, let's not very sure. And now, you know what, let's leap on and, get this started and we'll see what happens. Because again, there's a lot of, I would say, calculated risk, but then also a leap of faith and trust that you kind of take over. So talk to me a little bit.
Yeah, as we're together during COVID and we're talking about it, the whole family was crammed at my mom's house. So we have a brother who's right in the middle of us, in age wise. And Ally and I are just kind of going off on like our tangents of what could be with Gemini. We didn't have a name back then. We were bouncing around names.
Right.
But we just had these whole ideas kind of bouncing around of like what we could do. And we were like writing things on like napkins and paper everywhere, all over the house. And my brother is, God help me, I can never explain his job. He works in coding to some
Okay.
capacity. he's bounced around companies, but very smart coding. He's got a lot of like developer friends. So he's like, guys, I'm so sick of you talking about this. Like, do something. And Ally and I are like, what do? We have no idea. So I'm really grateful for him. He kind of shoved us in the direction. He's like, here, he connected us with a few different developers. And he's like, I'll join the calls with you so that you're not like overwhelmed. It can be very scary talking to developers when I have no idea. So he joined the calls with us, was like, knew exactly what to ask and like what we needed because he knew our vision, and he also loves working out. So he's like, this would be cool if you could actually do it. Let me help you.
Wow.
So that was awesome. He joined the calls, and from there we kind of snowballed into like, this is possible.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think I'll also add on to that. Like I think Morgan's mentioned a few times, we were literally drawing on like napkins and random notepads and pieces of paper, all of the ideas in our brain and trying to jot them down. And I think, Paul, you were the first one that we talked to who like brought
Yep.
those napkin visions to life. And like, I just could not be more grateful for you bringing what was in our brains to life, because like you made us take that next step into like, it's not just napkin drawings, it's an actual product that can come to life and is like beautiful.
Right.
So like, cannot thank you enough
Fixed what was
for
in our heads. You made it look
understanding us. Yeah.
I mean, I remember that call very, very, very strongly. I mean, every second of it. So, I mean, I'd had that question, but then that you have popped this up. So, talk to me a little bit about your experience on the call and behind our first call when you were explaining, okay, this is what I need, probably all the thoughts that you've gathered. And then, me and my team members kind of talking about it and kind of explaining how this will work. How was that first experience, joining? And probably you're talking to others as well, which obviously makes sense. But then, how was that journey or the first call?
Yeah. So like, Morgan and I obviously come from very different backgrounds, but we've never been CEOs before. Like, we have no idea what we're doing. And we were kind of just, taking it step by step. And I think what I loved about working with you and your team was that you really took us step by step and brought the individual product elements that we had to life, and the attention to detail was amazing. Like, if you didn't understand something, immediately we'd set up a call and walk through what was going through me and Morgan's brains, which was probably a scary place to be. But you really talked us through like the workflow. And I think what I really remember the most about some of our initial calls was you saying, well, why do you want it that way? What's the customer's perspective? What are
Right.
they supposed to see? What's the end goal here? And I think forcing us to think about what the end goal was for the customer really helped Morgan and I kind of more tightly define what we were looking for and what the goal of the app was. And I think if I take a call that we've had like from the past week or so, Morgan and I have now gotten to a point where we can visually put together what we think the app
Right.
will look like and present it to you. And I think that has made us both on both ends like better creators and receivers of that information.
Absolutely. I 100%. I mean, I really appreciate your wisdom there. But yes, I think, I mean, it's a lesson probably for many out there. What people try and do is they kind of design their experiences based on what they like. But ultimately, you have to understand it's the user experience and people are going to use it. So, how your audience perceives it is very important. So, the market's perceived value is something, or the MPV or the market perceived value is something we need to drive, from the
Absolutely.
application, which
Could
I
not
think
agree
you
more.
guys over the period of time kind of done a wonderful job. So I'll take a little bit of break on talking on me and my team, but I want to talk a little bit more about you guys and your application. So what challenges have you faced in bringing this project to life? I mean, I'm sure there have been many out there. It's a long journey. So walk us through a little bit of that. The I would say the bigger iceberg side of it, which people don't see. That's under the water.
I think going into this, it was initially like so exciting and so fun. And we like, we signed our contract with you, and then we're like, okay, like now what? And I don't think Ally and I were fully expecting to sign that contract and become CEOs. And that's what happened. But
Awesome.
as a CEO, like there is quite literally always an issue, always a challenge, always something. And at first, those first, like, I would say few months to even the first year, it was very overwhelming of just like, this is wrong. This is wrong. You owe this person money. You owe this person money. This is wrong. And it was constant
Yeah.
and it got overwhelming. But learning to prioritize. And I think you guys were great of like, we're taking it one step at a time, you know, focus on this first. Here's like your different phases that we're going to work through. It was really
Right.
beneficial so that Ally and I don't get overwhelmed, because like at this rate, like there are still the same amount of challenges. We still have the same amount. We're just better at handling them. Like, what's the priority challenge for this week?
Right.
We're going to tackle that, and then we're going to work backwards from there. Like, what else is going on? And I'm not like getting overwhelmed by like 100 things going wrong anymore. I'm just, you learn to
Absolutely.
accept it. You learn to like live within that.
Absolutely.
Uncomfortable,
Right.
like something's wrong. It's okay. Um, but you know, a big
It's part of
team
the process.
takes
Right.
some
I think
Ambiguity.
I
Yeah.
think you've given a very strong message, by sharing a journey, which probably many people are hesitant to do that. Signing one piece of formal agreement, okay, guys, let's take that leap of faith, calculate risk, and start doing it. I always say that one document or signing that made you the CEOs from day one. So that step is in itself, if you kind of rethink on that, kind of gives me goosebumps, because that was your defining moment when you decide, what, let's do it. So I think it's a lot of kudos to you. The other thing, that I feel like, and I've learned from my experience becoming a CEO, before you even become a CEO, you become a chief problem fixer. So every day, you get new problems, you know how to fix it, take heads on to every issue that you see. And I think you've done fabulous job managing your full-time jobs, your workhorse, your family, all the commitments, but then still working on the idea. And here today we are, where your apps are gonna, I would say, explode the market, especially into the fitness world, and people gonna be, probably down the line see you as great entrepreneurs, and a lot of wisdom and a lot of energy coming into everyone from you guys.
Thanks,
Mhm.
Paul. That's a huge compliment. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Okay, so uh talk to me a little bit. How does this app, again, you've talked me a little bit. I would kind of reiterate for my audience, how does this app kind of stand out from other people or other competitors in the market? Because everyone tries to be influencer. They kind of put videos, maybe some structured, sometimes not, trying getting videos, some views about it. But then this app is really very targeted and has a journey. So I mean, talk to me a little bit in our audience about it.
Want
Morgan,
me
do
to
you
go?
want to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can't even put into words, like our app is just not in the league. It's not apples to apples with any other fitness app.
Mm,
Our main customer, I think I can start there, are gyms. So Allie and I both live in South Florida. And you have your snowbirds, you have people traveling, just like there's constant kind of back and forth. So when we look at who our main customer is, they are gym owners, and they're these, the smaller boutique little Florida. It's a big wellness area down where we live in Jupiter,
mm,
Florida. So there's so many just like small gyms of like 50 to 100 clients at that gym. So the gym owner is our actual customer, and then they give access to our app through their gym. That way, when someone is kind of, snowbirding and gone for 3 months or traveling, like we kind of said in the beginning, some of our favorite features are you can work out anywhere you want, but have the trusted version of a trainer who is, your gym. People join gyms because they trust the owner, they trust their trainers,
correct.
and
Right.
they put those trainers on our app so that you're not losing that value. The gym owner's not losing clients being gone for 3 months, and you kind of get to maintain that community, which is a great feature. We have that social feed to kind of maintain the community and connect with kind of your community of your gym, even if you're not there, and trust that your trainer is like, this is a good workout, I
Right.
promise you. It's so saturated out there of like, who can I trust? Oh, all these
So true.
influencers, I look on Instagram and I'm like, what is this person doing? And
Getting
And like,
likes.
but that's my job, is to say like, no, you don't need to do that crazy exercise. Like, we're going to do this. And so you join a gym to trust that owner and trust that trainer. And then if your trainer trusts our app, or if they're on our app, which we love to have trainers join our app from a gym. So we love to have those features. Then the client feels better about staying with your gyms.
Right. So I mean, if as a user you're traveling, moving, or even not moving but exercising, and then you don't know who to follow, probably everyone is giving you different videos to follow. You follow some Instagram, and then it's all it's not always in the schedule. I think the best is you guys can go on the App Store, download the app. And the beauty is, all the videos and these two beautiful sisters will be in your pocket with all their content, with all their knowledge, and I would say exercise schedule backed by science in your pocket that you can access anytime, anywhere, and you can actually log it out, on the app. So then you don't need to pay expensive personal trainers. You have them.
Right. You have
Exactly.
access to us right from the same membership that you are with your current gym. So it's kind of a
Right.
trusted source. Yeah, we definitely are backed by science. I'm a big science nerd on the back end. And they're hard. These are a lot of the workouts that I would do training for lacrosse, Division I lacrosse season. So I would, be on the beach somewhere doing these same exact workouts that I'm teaching you on the app. So they're good
Awesome.
workouts that you can do at any time.
I
Beautiful.
think I think one of the other things that makes us a little bit different, and we talked about this a little bit at the beginning, but when Morgan and I were first coming up with the idea and the concept for our app, we were using all of these different apps and different sources because there wasn't everything all in one place. So, like, we
Mm,
needed a timer. So, we would have that up on the iPad. Well, then we needed a YouTube video because we didn't know how to do something. So, we pull that up on Morgan's phone. And then we needed
mm.
the follow along video. So, we had that on my phone. And so, we had all these different sources. I haven't found, and again, Morgan and I are big in the health and fitness space. I haven't found an app that has everything. It doesn't have the follow along videos and the description mode and the ability to
Mm.
track your weights and the ability to visually see and have cues from a personal trainer of what you should be doing, as well as a social feed aspect, as well as
Wow.
the ability to like comment and see reviews of certain workouts.
You
And
name
so
it, we have it.
we have it all. It's all in one space. It's a personal trainer in your pocket ready to go. So
Right. And I
yeah.
think the best thing is, guys, who is kind of using the app, two messages I can give on their behalf. Uh, Even if you feel like something needs to be added, these people listen. They're very easy to get hold of. You can always reach out to support, social media, and thing, and they'll be happy to add features on the app, which absolutely makes sense and it's a good decision. So they're very open to recommendations from their users. And the best part is, even if you don't have it and you follow, normal gym, just tell your gym owner, you know what, you need to have this app on the gym. So it's that easy, and probably you get your
Absolutely.
them in touch with your gym owner, and they'll figure it out next for you.
Yeah, we love to hear feedback. I mean, I think we kind of slid over this, but one of our favorite features is the review feature, the comment feature. It's kind of like Amazon. Before you buy anything on Amazon, what's the first thing
Mm,
you do? You read all the reviews. I
right.
hate trying to work out and like not liking it, or it's, too easy for me because I'm like, I really want a hard one today. So we have this whole review feature that you can read all the people's comments of, this one was amazing, I loved it, or way too hard. If you're looking for something easy, it's not an 8, like too hard. Um, and I think that's a great, like, we love the feedback. Like, tell us everything. If you don't like a workout on there, it's probably going to stay, but we'll add one that maybe you suggest to us. We love to hear the feedback.
Absolutely. So, and probably I'll put that question to Ali. So, Ali or Morgan, share us a success story or a milestone, in this journey that has made a big impact on you guys. I'm placing all the business questions to Ali and all the
Yeah.
tech, exercise questions to
Yeah,
Morgan.
I know.
But then, Morgan, if you want to take this one as well, please.
Put the pressure on.
um,
It's fine.
yeah, go ahead. Go for it if you have one.
Oh, you're up. He called you out.
I'm up. Okay. All right, Paul says I'm up. So, um, yeah, I think one of the biggest milestones that we hit recently, and I say recently as in like a few weeks ago, was with your team. Morgan and I think, struggle to communicate everything that's in our brain and how we want it to look on the app. And
Mm,
I think recently one of the learnings that we had was, why don't we just create how we want it to look, everything that's in our brain, and review that with you all, and then see what's possible from there. Collect your feedback. I think that's really important, to be open to a developer's feedback, because we don't know what's possible
absolutely.
or what could be better. Um, and I think that realization that we had made one of our like most recent product requests so much smoother, and
Mm,
we're tracking to get that implemented a lot quicker and a lot more seamless than some of the previous ones that we had at the beginning, where we really struggled on Morgan's and I's end to communicate everything that we wanted visually and how we wanted it to
mm.
function and perform in the app. And I think that simple act of just visually representing everything, and then we can talk through it live of how everything should function, was so helpful. And I think that's a learning that Morgan and I will take moving forward for future product improvements.
Absolutely. I think the culture that we guys have tried to build at Yesite Labs is we are not a yes man job. We are not a store where we would just say yes to our clients. We would ask questions. We would ask them why not. Show us what is your, again, some clients are good at writing, some are good at explaining, someone wants to visually kind of sketch it out, some are good at napkin drawings. You have anything you have, just bring it on, because until we have a conversation and we are able to add value, I mean, that's what you're paying us for, right? So having a right value in discussion is something that helps us and our clients kind of get the best of two worlds together. CEO's knowledge and the tech products knowledge is what kind of helps you, build up a good product.
Yeah, I think Sherry, our head developer right now, used to probably see our name pop up on his inbox bright and early, and he'd be like, "Oh, not them again." I'm like,
No, no,
"Hey,"
I mean, I can tell you, everyone
but
loves you, the team. He's the CTO or the chief technical officer with other devs and QAs. But then, yes, I mean, I can tell you, we guys, our team kind of loves you as clients, the apps that you're trying to build, and how much I would say, change it can bring into this industry is what we are seeing. Because, again, we could not even find an app that does everything. We can take references, smaller bits and pieces of, from different apps, but one app kind of does it all is something what we are trying to build, and we are really proud of. And the team kind of loves you and how you kind of iterate with the team. So a lot of energy and time kind of goes in from you guys as well, because we feel like, okay, let's join on a call, talk about things, understand your vision. Because sometimes, and I would say emails are always emotionless conversations, but then on the coming on the Zoom, explaining what you need kind of fills in your business with all the emotions in. So we know what you're trying to build and what emotion passes out from your minds, from our apps, to the end users that you're trying to do. So it's a
get it out
journey and we don't
on
lost.
paper.
Right. Okay, super. So uh my next question is, how was your experience working with our team, Yes It Labs, and probably different contributions that we did, and how was the overall journey and the progress? Starting from our first call, and then the designers and came in, project manager. I was kind of leading it from the front, and then the dev and the QS came in, and then we have Sherry as a CTO. And the early stages were very. It gets very nervous for every client, because you haven't met someone, you have just met them online, spoke with them, probably signed some papers together, put the money in, and now you're trying to see what someone else will visually design what you have in your mind. So it's a lot of faith and a lot of nervousness that goes hand in hand. So talk to us on that journey a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, from conception, like this is like a child to Ally and I. Like we care about the product so much. And not to say that we're perfectionists, but we're like, no, we want it done right. And we are going to be very hard on, our team to be like, this isn't, what I had in my head, fix it. But we've, I think, come a long way, and we feel very empowered by the Yes It Labs team to, here's, a few different options. Here's 3 options. Which design are you like liking and enjoying? And we'll curate it based on that, because, my drawing versus the actual app functionality is different. So I really appreciate the empowerment there, that, you're giving us those options, and if I don't like it, then we're reworking it. And I think along the way, we've had a lot of features that we're like, this needs to work. It doesn't have to work exactly the way that we thought it was going to, but what we need it to work. Like, I think Spotify was one of them. We were like, we need music. I
Right.
don't done. And so I like, you guys were awesome to like, let's go back to the drawing board until we figure out how to get this to link. And now it's like an awesome feature. It works great. Our Spotify, you can change the volume on it. So it's not always what comes in our head, but Ally and I are harsh critics. We are like, we want this done correctly, the right way. And we're not going to kind of settle just because. And I can appreciate your team, you and Sherry both are like, yeah, oh, you're right. It does need to be done the right way. Like, let's,
Correct.
set up a
Right.
meeting, fixed. If we are confused about anything, we'll set that up. Or, or it's as simple as, oh yeah, I see the issue. We're gonna fix it and send it.
Absolutely. So I mean, I
So,
can tell my audience there are few people in the world which believe in making things. There are a few people in the world that believe in breaking things. Those are called software testers. So, a lot of times when we build our concepts, and kind of have the thing, then the software testing team comes into the place. I would say they exhaust out the app in every possible way, and they try and find out the issues. They break it out. You get a lot of issues coming in. So a lot of that strength comes in when someone is trying to negatively use the app, because they know when and where this app can break. So now we're trying to make a kind of fireproof app and see how things can be, so that we don't have a broken app in front of the users when they're using it. So a lot of your calls has been with the devs and the QAs and the PMOs giving you demonstrations. So talk to us a little bit about that journey, coming on the call, talking about that, and explaining things out. How was that experience?
I think what I appreciate most was obviously when you're first launching a product, there's going to be a lot more issues than when you get towards the end. So I think when we first QA'd the app, we were like had this like laundry list of like, this isn't working how I thought, this is broken, this is and Morgan and I were like really overwhelmed by that
Mm,
process. But I think what I appreciate, and Morgan and I worked very closely with Sherry on this, obviously. But he took every single line item that we had QA'd and he was like, yes, you're right. This doesn't work. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. And
yes.
so we kind of narrowed that list down as we went and he fixed everything. And I just really appreciate the fact that the response was not, oh, that's how it's supposed to be, or you're wrong, or whatever. The response was, yes, you're right, I will fix it. Yes, you're right, I will fix it. And then the
Right.
follow through of like actually fixing it and making the product beautiful and what Morgan and I expected. I think that journey was like really helpful to go through together, and like I think we partnered really well in that aspect.
100%. I mean, I always tell my clients, and I think Morgan also just said that it's this app is like our baby. We are, raising this up. But before you even raise a child or raise a baby, you deliver a baby. And once you deliver a baby, the mom has to go through a lot of labor pain or a delivery pain. The same goes in the apps. When you're delivering the app, everyone has to go through that pain, because issues will come, sometimes working deadlines, timelines. You didn't find the bug, I got it. It was not able to reproduce on my end, it's coming on your end. Let's come on a call and show us what's happening on your side, because every phone operating system version can behave a little bit in a different way. But then kind of testing through all those scenarios and getting through that delivery pain is what gets you a wonderful baby or your apps in front of you. So I think that journey is obviously very important. Then you need to have that trust, kind of in your team, have the patience and have the persistence to have it right. And I think you both did a fabulous job, staying on with the team, because a lot of budding entrepreneurs kind of fail at that spot. And I always warn my clients not to do that.
Yeah, I think it took a lot of trust, but we got there.
Absolutely. Okay, superb. So, I mean, just curious, tell me any behind the scenes moment that truly represents your journey, maybe funny, weird, anything that you'd like to share with the audience here.
A lot of behind the scenes for Ally and I are filming. So we're filming videos. You know, we do them alone, we do some together. And I can't tell you how many videos I've had to cut, and I'm just like dying laughing, rewatching these. Like, what was I thinking? Like, we're laughing at each other. So we have a lot of bloopers saved for our marketing purposes, which is great. But I had to edit a lot of those down or cut things out sooner. It's been very fun to, like, you know, I'm working with my sister, which is awesome. We have a great relationship, but we've just had a lot of fun, like getting this work done, filming together, late nights on our computers.
Who laughs more and who gets angry faster?
I definitely get angry faster.
I probably am the one
Any go ahead, Morgan. Sorry, I cut you off.
I'm probably the one making the jokes, and Allie's the one like, let's go.
Oh, okay. I thought the other way around. Okay. Remind me of a situation when Ali got angry and you were still laughing.
Uh, Sometimes we have to film like 100+ videos, like all in like one
Wow.
sitting. So I'm like,
A lot of
my
hard work.
like I can't handle it, and I'm just like laughing and making jokes, and she's just like, you need to stop, and we need to get this done. But then like the next video, I'll like look at her and she'll start laughing too. So we have a good time.
Awesome. So, guys, I mean, anyone and everyone who's kind of listening to this, interaction and kind of uses the app, understand there's two level of effort that has gone into this journey. One, building a fabulous app, and then building splendid content and hours and hours, days and nights of videos that these guys have created for you, so that you can have your personal trainers in your pocket, on the go, always, without breaking a dime. So I think that's huge, and a lot of applause goes to you guys, for doing it. So
Thank you.
absolutely.
Yeah, we really a lot of hard work went into this, but it's also we love it. It's something I would spend endless hours working on because we're so passionate about delivering fitness to anyone that wants to have it. And so a lot of hard work went into it, but a lot of fun and love went into it as well.
Awesome. Okay, so probably I'll take that question to Morgan. Morgan, as a part of this, podcast, we usually ask our, clients to kind of highlight any unique experiences, any fun, any unexpected moment along the way, on with our team, probably. Anything that comes to your mind?
Um, with your team specifically?
Maybe, or
I
anyone
think
that you want to share with.
I think with your team, I laugh at the conversations that are kind of more recent, because when you think of the first conversations, we're trying to explain, and I think sometimes it just like it wasn't coming across like how it was in my head. And so I'm trying to explain like, well, no, this is how like a squat works, and it just like wasn't coming. And so kind of shifting that and really getting granular in my explanations of what's in my head and how I want the, like, for example, like a program to look. And I could see the like difference in, I think, your and Sherry's response when I write something out so specific, and I spend a little bit of extra time like on the docs to be like, we're gonna click this button, and then this is gonna happen, and then this is gonna happen, because otherwise it just becomes like 6 calls. What did you mean? What was
Right.
what is this? And I love seeing you guys. It's great, but nobody has time to go over the same button 6 times. So
Right.
I think it's a good one. For like, our most recent call, Ally had said we
Yeah.
pitched a new product for the app. And I think it just went so smoothly because we were.
Right. I mean, calls are always easy because you can explain emotions and everything kind of possible. I'll share one experience with you. So I went to the office. There are few, guys out there, four people kind of exercising, watching. And I go, guys, what's up? What are you up to? And they're like, we are testing the app. They were actually, testing the app. They were
Oh
actually
my
following a
God.
video in the office. So that was like a fun moment. I was like, okay, you need to actually test the app and not the content.
We're like,
So they were
oh.
actually
I love that so
okay.
much.
Oh my
Yeah, I
gosh.
mean, yeah, you know how devs are. They're such monotonous people. They have their own different world. They're gonna sit in front of just nerds. They want to do it, and somehow this exercise, this looks good. Let's try it. And they were challenging themselves. Can you do 10? I'll try and do 12. And I was like, what are you guys up to? And they were like, you know what? We are testing the app. No shit, you're not testing. You're actually playing around.
I love
Okay,
it.
We'll
awesome.
make a
So
program for them. We'll title it developer exercises.
absolutely. So, what's next for the Gymni Fitness apps? Any exciting challenges, opportunities at heads? Tell us a little bit.
Yeah, so I think I mentioned this earlier, but besides us wanting to dive a little bit deeper into some of the other health and wellness spaces, like such as nutrition, I think something that's a little bit sooner, a little bit something closer to launching. We are looking into bringing on board a programs feature of our app. So
Mm,
right now it's just single use videos for you to work out to. We're looking at onboarding a series of programs where it's a little bit longer in term. So you can focus on whether that be training for a marathon,
mm,
or
very interesting.
training to build muscle over a 6 to 8 week period where you want to follow a specific program. That's something that Morgan, with her exercise science
Mm,
background, is really
wow.
passionate about bringing on board to our app,
Right.
and something that we think our clients will find a lot of long-term value in.
Right. And one program could be like for the devs, program for the devs to get fit in next 6 weeks. Probably.
Exactly. Yeah. Get fit to type faster, to develop apps faster.
Absolutely. Superb. So couple of last but not the least advices. So what advice do you want to kind of give out to people out there who are kind of watching this video? They have something in their mind all over the place, just like you guys had. What message you want to give out to those budding entrepreneurs or budding CEOs who are just one sign away, I would say?
Um, so one of my mentors throughout all of this has told me, just put one foot in front of the other. You're not going to get anywhere by just standing there and kind of looking at your ideas or thinking about them. Just start moving forward and see where you land. So I really took that to heart. Move forward, but have patience. I would also add to it, because
Right.
want to go fast. You might want to jump to turn into a sprint. And you can't always just take off running. So move forward, just start doing things, and take it at a pace that you can control and you can handle. Because having patience throughout all of this, you can't get overwhelmed, you can't get too frustrated. You really have to just kind of go with the
Right.
flow and keep moving forward.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Ali, what advice do you want to kind of give out, or what message you want to give out to the people watching this, video or seeing you as the app founder somewhere whenever they get a part of this video towards using the app and be, probably a little more focused towards their fitness,
Advice for people using the app. Um,
or who should use the app probably to get, more fitness breaks.
yeah, I think the advice that I would give that anyone that's trying to dive into their health and fitness journey is start gradually. I think a lot of times, and you see this especially around New Year's with New Year's resolutions, but a lot of times people go from 0
That
to a
that that's
100.
spent that gets over on Jan 5.
Yes, exactly. A lot of times people will go from, sitting on the couch all week to try to do 7 workouts a week that are all high intensity. And I think what
Mm,
Morgan and our brand really tries to represent is that you don't have to do that. You can do something that you enjoy that makes you feel good. And you don't have to go balls to the wall and go crazy with your workout routine.
right.
You can do something sustainable and still live a healthy and fit lifestyle. And so that's my advice, is to dip your toe in, start with something that you can achieve, not something that is a crazy new goal that you'll do for a few weeks and then give up on.
Absolutely. Awesome. Any message, Morgan, that you want to give out to people or our clients working with the SIT labs or on your journey? Any last message that you want to give out to anyone out there?
Be very specific. I think what you have in your head, it makes so much sense to you. And then maybe like find a friend and say it out loud to them, because the second it leaves your head and you start talking it through, you start to see holes in it. And you guys always catch
Right,
holes, but it makes that conversation go a lot smoother when I'm exactly sure of, I want it to flow like this, or I want it to move this way. When I'm very clear on my vision, it's way easier for you
right.
guys.
Absolutely. And I think, again, we don't want to give a lot of homework to everyone. Even if you come out with a vision, we'll try and find you those holes in those questions so you can kind of put those fillers in and rethink on the situation, because, you guys or, have a passion for something, but when it comes to tech, it can have some pitfalls. So our job is to kind of tell you where those pitfalls are and probably how you can fill it out.
Oh yeah, you'll always find the gaps in all of our all of our ideas, but when I'm clear on what I want, you guys will fill in, be like, well, did you think about this? And I'll be like, no.
You got to pressure test everything.
Okay, awesome. Okay, no, I think this has been a wonderful conversation. And it was wonderful meeting you guys, Ali and Morgan both, and kind of seeing who's actually behind the wonderful Gymni app fitness apps that you have. And people should download the app. Last 20-second message or anything, kind of played out, they can say, go out, download the app, and if you have any issues or feedback, come to us. So I would like to kind of let you put that message to everyone out there.
Yeah, download our app. We're live on the App Store as of 2 weeks ago. So we're very excited. A lot of features coming soon, always upgrading something, but give us the feedback, like videos, review them, and we hope to see you there.
Yeah, I think
Awesome.
the last thing that I'll say is we really are open to feedback. We love to hear from anyone that's using the app, what's working, what's not working, what you like, what you hate. We love to the app is not perfect. We want it to grow and we want it to learn based off of feedback from all of our users. So test it out. Let us know what you think. We're very open to our customers.
Awesome. Guys, it has been wonderful talking to each one of you. And I believe, people are going to love the app. It will very much help them in their journey with fabulous videos backed by fabulous founders. So everyone should go on the App Store, probably see the link somewhere below in the description and download the app. And, these beautiful owners are ready for your feedback and ready to adapt. If anything comes out, and we guys are there to support in the long journey. So let's start a new fitness journey with Gymni Fitness.
Thanks,
Woo!
Paul.
Thanks, Paul, we
Thank you,
appreciate it.
everyone. Likewise.